Hello children, good afternoon to all of you. Today I will be taking classes on the lipid transport and storage. तो अभी तक तो हम लोग लगे बेसिक केमिस्ट्री ऑफ फैट, cholesterol. Sorry, again there's a disturbance. Just hold on. Sorry for the disturbance. So आगे बढ़ते हैं हम लोग. ये क्या है लिपिड ट्रांसपोर्ट, ये क्या है स्टोरेज, बिकॉज दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू नो, because later on, as and when you start your hospital duties or your practice, so you will get many of these cases, so you have to be well versed in this chapter. तो सबसे पहले हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं कि व्हाट इज द बायोमेडिकल इंपॉर्टेंस, क्यों इसके बारे में हमको जानना है. तो वी नो दैट खाना खाने के बाद जो हमारे डाइट में फैट है उसको एब्जॉर्ब करता है इंटेस्टाइन से, प्लस हमारा लिवर जो है वो सिंथेसाइज करता है, एडिपोज टिश्यू से निकलता है. तो क्या है, यू विल सी दैट द एब्जॉर्प्शन फॉर द लिवर, द एडिपोज टिश्यूज, so the lipids, they have to move in between these organs for either utilization or for storage. अभी तक तो हम लोग पढ़े थे कि lipids are insoluble in water. दूसरे तरफ हम लोग फिजियोलॉजी में पढ़ते हैं कि जो हमारा प्लाज्मा है वो एक्वस है. So how does the body, how did the nature solve this transport problem? So what they did was they took the non-polar lipids, the triacyl glycerols and the cholesterol esters, इसको एक अपने मुट्ठी में बंद करके और इसके चारों तरफ एक एम्पीपैथिक लिपिड का कवच पहना देते हैं. Now this एम्पीपैथिक lipids, what are they? Lipids which have both polar and non-polar surface. For example, the phospholipids and the cholesterol. और इसके साथ साथ प्रोटीन्स भी ऐड करते हैं. So what happens is that ये जो नॉन पोलर लिपिड्स था इसको हम लोग वाटर मिसेबल लाइपोप्रोटीन में बना देते हैं. So now this water miscible lipoprotein is freely being able to be transported from one place to the other. Now unlike the एनिमल किंगडम, ये जो ह्यूमन रेस है इसको हम लोग कहते हैं द मील ईटिंग omnivore. दैट मीन्स दैट आवर मील हैज बीन डिवाइडेड इनटू डिफरेंट टाइम्स. सो यू हैव अ ब्रेकफास्ट, यू हैव द लंच, यू हैव द डिनर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स बीच में हम लोग समोसा चाय तो करते ही रहते हैं. सो क्या होता है कि ये जो एक्सेस कैलोरी हम लोग इंजेस्ट करते हैं ये एनाबॉलिक फेज ऑफ द फीडिंग साइकिल में, देन इट इज फॉलोड बाय अ पीरियड ऑफ नेगेटिव कैलोरिक बैलेंस. तो उस समय क्या होता है, ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है उसने जो ग्लूकोज कार्बोहाइड्रेट को जो स्टोर किया था, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन द लिवर, और फैट जो स्टोर किया था एडिपोज टिश्यू में, उसको जब नेगेटिव कैलोरिक बैलेंस होता है तो उसमें से उसको निकालना है. नाउ द लाइपोप्रोटीन्स, दे आर मीडिएटिंग दिस साइकिल बाय ट्रांसपोर्टिंग लिपिड्स फ्रॉम द इंटेस्टाइन एज chylomicrons and from the liver as very low density lipoproteins, and to most of the tissues either for oxidation or to the adipose tissue for storage. और जो एडिपोज टिश्यू से जो लिपिड मोबिलाइज होता है, ये इज यूजुअली एज फ्री फैटी एसिड्स. नाउ फ्री फैटी एसिड्स ये अकेले नहीं घूम सकता है, सो इट इज बाउंड टू द मोस्ट कॉमन कैरियर प्रोटीन इन आवर बॉडी, दैट इज serum albumin. See, the albumin, they carry so many things, bilirubin, many drugs. So free fatty acids को bind करते हैं उस. Biomedical importance is that ये जो lipoprotein metabolism का, if there is an abnormality, so you're going to have various lipoproteinemias. अगर ज्यादा है तो हाइपर लाइपोप्रोटीनीमिया, या कम प्रोडक्शन है या कम है तो हाइपोलाइपोप्रोटीनीमियास. तो सबसे कॉमन एग्जांपल इज डायबिटीज मेलाइटिस. डायबिटीज मेलाइटिस में वी नो that there is a deficiency of insulin. Now insulin, if you must have studied it, has its mode of action at various places in the body. So what does it do? It causes an excessive mobilization of free fatty acids, and also chylomicron और VLDL का underutilization होता है. So both these things lead to a condition of hypertriacylglycerolemia or hypertriglyceridemia. So hypertriglyceridemia जो है ये बहुत कॉमन है डायबिटिक पेशेंट्स में. जब उसका हम लोग ब्लड सैंपल निकालते हैं, क्लॉट करता है, तो उसका सीरम जो है वो टर्बिड होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द हाई लेवल ऑफ ट्राइग्लिसराइड इन द सीरम. Now most other pathologic conditions जो कि लिपिड ट्रांसपोर्ट को अफेक्ट करता है is due to inherited defects, and some of this inherited defect may cause either a raised cholesterol level, hypercholesterolemia, and this raised cholesterol level will lead to premature atherosclerosis. सबसे ज्यादा ओबेसिटी, particularly ये जो हमारा abdominal obesity, this is a risk factor for increased mortality, blood pressure, type 2 diabetes mellitus. It is an increased for hyperlipidemias, hyperglycemia, and various other endocrine dysfunction. So after this biomedical importance, now let us get down to lipid transports. Now in our body, these lipids are transported in the plasma as lipoproteins. We have just seen about it. So there are 4 major lipid classes which have to be transported through the lipoproteins. So they are triglycerides, the phospholipids, the cholesterol, the cholesterol esters, unesterified long chain fatty acids, also known as free fatty acids. So you will see that 16% is composed of triglyceride, phospholipid 30%, cholesterol 14%, and the biggest is cholesterol esters, and the free fatty acids are usually around 4%. Now amongst all these major lipid classes, the free fatty acid is the metabolically the most active of all the lipids. So we have identified 4 major groups of lipoproteins which are carrying those other lipids, and they have been identified because they are important physiologically and they are important in clinical diagnosis. तो ये जो 4 है उसमें chylomicron, very low density lipoproteins, low density lipoproteins and high density lipoproteins. तो ये एक नंबर जो chylomicron है, this is derived from the intestinal absorption of triglycerides and other lipids. So हमारे intestine से जो भी वेनस ब्लड सप्लाई जा रहा है to the liver or throughout the body that contains chylomicrons. This very low density lipoprotein, this is derived from the liver for the export of triglyceride. So liver से जब triglyceride बाहर निकलता है, it is as a form of VLDL. The low density lipoprotein, this represents the final stage in the catabolism of VLDL. And the high density lipoprotein, this is involved in the transport of cholesterol and also in the metabolism of VLDL and chylomicron. So these are, ये चार है हमारे पास जो मेजर लाइपोप्रोटीन्स है. एक एक करके थोड़ा थोड़ा इसके बारे में जानेंगे. कहीं बाय चांस एक छोटा सा शॉर्ट नोट्स आ जाए, है ना, या फुल क्वेश्चन आ जाए, या एग्जामिनर अगर बहुत खुश होगा तो वाइवा में पूछ सकता है, या लेटर ऑन आपको पीजी का एग्जाम देना हो. नाउ द ट्राइग्लिसराइड इज द प्रोडोमिनेंट लिपिड्स इन द काइलोमाइक्रॉन एंड वीएलडीएल, जबकि कोलेस्ट्रॉल एंड फॉस्फोलिपिड प्रोडोमिनेंट लिपिड है एलडीएल और एचडीएल में. अब यहां पर एक चीज समझना है और याद रखना है, बिकॉज फैट इज लेस डेंस देन वाटर, तो जैसे जैसे लिपिड का प्रोपोर्शन प्रोटीन के अगेंस्ट बढ़ते जाता है, वैसे वैसे लाइपोप्रोटीन का डेंसिटी घटते जाता है. तो अगर किसी लाइपोप्रोटीन में लिपिड का कंटेंट ज्यादा है, प्रोटीन का कंटेंट कम है, वो लेस डेंस होगा, और जैसे जैसे प्रोटीन का कंटेंट बढ़ता है और लिपिड का कंटेंट कम होता है, वो ज्यादा डेंस होता है. ठीक है, तो इसी पे हम लोग VLDL, HDL एंड LDL को करते हैं. नाउ व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू शो यू इज अ रिलेटिव पिक्चर about the size of those particles and what do they contain. Now the plasma lipoprotein, they exhibit a range of size and density, and here I'm showing you a typical value. ये जो इसका रिंग है ये अप्रोक्सीमेट है. तो इसमें क्या है, ये जो डार्क ब्लू है दैट इज द प्रोटीन, द लाइट ब्लू इज द फॉस्फोलिपिड, ये जो येलो है दैट इज द ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स, और ये येलो में थोड़ा सा रेड है, दे आर द कोलेस्ट्रॉल एंड कोलेस्ट्राइल ईस्टर्स. नाउ इन दिस द प्रोटीन एंड फॉस्फोलिपिड्स आर हाइड्रोफिलिक and the triglyceride and the cholesterol and cholesterol ester form the hydrophobic layer. So you will see, let us start with the chylomicrons, which are absorbed from the intestine. So you will see that the major, it contains the triglycerides and a very small layer of protein and phospholipid to just make it soluble in the plasma. Then the density, this is the lightest. Then what happens, because it contains the least amount of proteins, then उससे जो थोड़ा ज्यादा डेंस होगा वो है very low density lipoprotein, where the amount of triglyceride is decreasing and the amount of protein and phospholipid is increasing. So it is little more dense. अगर उसमें से हम ट्राइग्लिसराइड एकदम हटा देते हैं, सिर्फ कोलेस्ट्रॉल रखते हैं और फॉस्फोलिपिड का लेयर बढ़ा देते हैं और प्रोटीन का लेयर बढ़ा देते हैं, so it becomes the low density lipoprotein. And ultimately what happens, in the high density the amount of cholesterol and cholesterol ester बहुत कम है और फॉस्फोलिपिड और प्रोटीन का लेयर बहुत ज्यादा है. So this is the most denser of. So how do you do this? So you take the lipids, take the serum and spin it in a very high speed centrifuge in which the temperature is very low, and after spinning for a long time, it is seen that depending on the density of the different particles, the lipid layer is divided into 4. So on the top, the chylomicrons will float, and at the bottom, the high density lipoproteins will be there. So just let us take a look at what a lipoprotein looks like. So here you have a picture of a lipoprotein particle. So it is composed of a neutral lipid core. So this is the neutral inner core, which consists of the triacyl glycerols and the cholesterol esters. Now this is surrounded by a shell of amphipathic apolipoproteins, the phospholipids, and the free cholesterol. So you see the apolipoproteins, these are the phospholipids, and in between is the non-esterified or the free cholesterol, which are, you can see as these orange particles. So this is what a typical lipoprotein would look like. Now these amphipathic compounds that you see, they are oriented such that the polar portion is exposed to the surface of the lipoprotein. Therefore, it makes this a water soluble, or not water soluble, a water miscible lipid particle. Now the triacyl glycerol and cholesterol, again we repeat, this is obtained either from the diet or from the de novo synthesis inside the body. So once again, so this is a picture of a lipoprotein particles, and the protein part of the lipoprotein is known as the apolipoproteins or the apoproteins. And in HDL, more than 70% consist of the apoproteins, and in the chylomicrons, less than 1%. So if you remember, just now I have shown you a relative picture of the different lipoproteins. So you can see this is the phospholipid layer, जिसका हाइड्रोफिलिक पार्ट बाहर है, हाइड्रोफोबिक टेल अंदर है, बीच बीच में कोलेस्ट्रॉल पार्टिकल्स हैं, उसके बाद कोलेस्ट्रॉल ईस्टर्स हैं, द ट्राइएसाइल ग्लिसरॉल्स हैं, और इसमें ऊपर ये एपोप्रोटीन्स हैं जो इस तरह से है. सो दिस इज द बेसिक पिक्चर of a lipoprotein particle, and the picture will differ depending on which lipoprotein we are talking about. Also, sorry, it was seen that if the serum is put into an electrophoresis machine in which the particles separate on the basis of the charge present, and then later on if we stain them with the lipid stain, so there are 4 layers or 4 separate bands in the electrophotogram. So the chylomicron has no charge because the amount of phospholipid or the protein is least. HDL has the highest quantity of protein, so it is near the anode. So you have the chylomicrons, the beta lipoprotein, also known as LDL, the pre-beta lipoprotein or the VLDL, and the alpha lipoprotein. So usually we study when we interpret this. So first of all, we say alpha lipoprotein, then pre-beta, then beta, and then the chylomicrons. Now the distribution of the different apolipoproteins, they characterize the lipoproteins that they are parts of. Now each of these lipoproteins will have apolipoproteins or the apoproteins present. Now these apoproteins are abbreviated because you cannot keep on saying हर बार हम नहीं ना बोलेंगे apolipoprotein. So इसकी abbreviation है कि पहले apo लिखते हैं, usually it is small a, and then we have the letter A, B, C, D, E depending on which class of apoprotein it is. Now these apolipoproteins, some are integral, that is they are part and parcel of the lipoprotein particles and you cannot remove it. If you remove it, the whole thing breaks apart. So for example, ApoB, where there are others जो कि surface पे रहता है और they are free to transfer from one lipoprotein to the other. For example, ApoC and ApoE. So HDL का major apolipoprotein है, that is ApoA. LDL or the beta lipoprotein का ApoB है, which is B100. Now this B100 is also found in VLDL. The chylomicrons, they contain a broken up or a truncated form of ApoB100 that is known as ApoB48. ये इसलिए कि ApoB100 का सिर्फ 48% of the part is retained in the chylomicrons. And this ApoB48 जो है ये intestine में synthesized होता है, while the B100 is synthesized inside the liver. So what is the purpose of these apolipoproteins? Why are they present on the lipoprotein particles? So there are various reasons. The first is that they can form the part of the structure of the lipoprotein. For example, apoprotein B, which is an integral part, because without this, that particular lipoprotein will not be formed. Then these apolipoproteins, they also act as an enzyme cofactor. For example, ApoC2 is a cofactor for lipoprotein lipase enzyme, or ApoA1 is a cofactor for lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase, or what we commonly known as LCAT. So these apolipoproteins have to be present on the lipoprotein before these enzymes can attack that lipoprotein to break the lipid particles or to extract the cholesterol. Then the third role that they may play is as an enzyme inhibitor. For example, ApoA2 and ApoC3 are inhibitors of the enzyme lipoprotein lipase. ApoC1 is an inhibitor of the cholesterol ester transfer protein, or the CETP enzyme. Then the next is that they act as a ligand for interaction with the lipoprotein receptors in the tissues. That means the tissue has a receptor for that particular lipoprotein. So these apolipoproteins, they make them attach to that particle. For example, ApoB100 and ApoE is a ligand for the LDL receptor. ApoE for the LDL receptor related protein 1 or LRP1. Now this recognizes the remnant lipoproteins. ApoA1 is for the HDL receptor. The ApoA4 is thought to have a role in the metabolism of chylomicrons, and it also may act as a regulator of satiety and glucose homeostasis. तो एपो A4 का जो रोल है for satiety is being explored to make a drug which will inhibit this ApoA4 and lead to control of the hunger of the patient to control his weight. The ApoD is believed to be an important factor in the human neurodegenerative disorders that is seen in us. So taking these lipoproteins one by one, so let us start with the chylomicron. So this is a diagram in which you will see there are 5 stages that are explained. So the number 1 is, so this is a small intestine, and this is the chylomicron particles, where the triacylglycerol is more than a cholesterol esters and cholesterol, and the ApoB48 अभी जस्ट हम लोग बात किए, इसके चारों तरफ ApoB48 है, थोड़ा सा फॉस्फोलिपिड है और थोड़ा सा वही प्रोटीन्स है. So this intestinal mucosal cell, they secrete what is known as a nascent chylomicron from the lipids that is being absorbed from the food that we have eaten. Now this nascent chylomicron, this is absorbed in the plasma, and then what happens is that to this nascent chylomicron, the ApoC2 and ApoE, they are donated from the HDL particles and they attach from the outside. So what happens is that this nascent particle, which only contains ApoB48, it with the presence of ApoC2 and ApoE, now it becomes a full-fledged chylomicron particle. That means chylomicron has 3 apolipoproteins with a large amount of triacylglycerols and a minimal amount of cholesterol esters and cholesterol. Now this enters the capillary and it has to go to the tissues. So what happens is that the extracellular lipoprotein lipase, which is present outside the cell, this is activated by the presence of ApoC2. So ApoC2, as we have just discussed, is an activator for the enzyme lipoprotein lipase. So what does it do is that this lipoprotein lipase, it degrades the triglyceride inside to free fatty acids and glycerol. This glycerol then goes to the liver. So now what happens that this chylomicron particle, which has been acted upon by the lipoprotein lipase, this forms what is known as a chylomicron remnant. और इसका जो ApoC2 है ये वापस चला जाता है HDL पार्टिकल पे. तो ये chylomicron remnant में ये छोटा हो जाता है, इसमें कोलेस्ट्रॉल ईस्टर्स और कोलेस्ट्रॉल पार्टिकल है. ट्राइग्लिसराइड जो है बहुत कम है क्योंकि लाइपोप्रोटीन लाइपेज ने उसको ब्रेक डाउन कर दिया. एंड because ApoC2 has gone to HDL, so this remnant only has 2 apoproteins, the ApoE and the ApoB48. Now this cholesterol ester rich chylomicron remnant जो है ये ApoE का रिसेप्टर है लिवर में, ये उससे अटैच्ड हो जाता है and it is endocytosed inside the liver and utilized and broken down. So this is the basic pathway of how the chylomicron is formed and then what is the fate, ultimate fate inside the body. So Triacylglycerol, as I told you, is transported from the intestine in chylomicrons and from the liver in VLDL. Now by definition chylomicron का नाम इसलिए पड़ा क्योंकि ये काइल में मिलता था, and the chyle is what is found in the lymphatic system which drains the intestine, and it is in the chyle in the lymphatic system which covers, which draws lymphs from the intestine. They are responsible for transport of all dietary lipids in the circulation. Now, in the intestinal mucosal cell, as we've just seen in the picture, there is assembly of the chylomicrons, and this chylomicron assembles using triglycerides, cholesterol, fat-soluble vitamins, and cholesterol esters on the peripheral tissue. तो एक एक करके, the first step is apolipoprotein synthesis. As already I have told you, ApoB48 is unique to the chylomicrons, and its synthesis begins in the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and as it moves through the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the Golgi bodies, it is glycosylated. उसके बाद chylomicron का जो assembly है, इसमें बहुत सारे enzymes involved है, and the triglycerides, the cholesterol and phospholipid synthesis, they are all located inside the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So assembly होता है apolipoprotein and lipid to form a chylomicron, and this requires a special protein which is a microsomal triglyceride transfer protein. Now ये जो triglyceride transfer protein है microsomal, ये B48 को लोड करता है इस लिपिड में. So this is basically the diagram which you show the rough endoplasmic reticulum and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and this is how the progress of the formation of the chylomicrons. So इसके बाद what happens is that this transfer occurs before transition from the endoplasmic reticulum to the Golgi bodies, where the particles are packaged inside the secretory vesicles. Now they fuse with the plasma membrane and they release the lipoproteins, which then enters the lymphatic system and ultimately the blood. Now the nascent chylomicron का जो modification है, ये functionally incomplete है. तो प्लाज्मा में आने के बाद it is rapidly modified and it receives the ApoE, ApoC. ये ApoC जो है, इसमें ApoC2 भी है, because ApoC2 नहीं रहेगा तो लाइपोप्रोटीन लाइपेज जो है इस लाइपोप्रोटीन को काइलोमाइक्रोन को पहचानेगा नहीं, तो उसको डाइजेस्ट नहीं करेगा. तो when ApoC2 is there, the lipase breaks the triglycerides into free fatty acids and glycerol, and ये जो ApoE और C है, ये HDLs जो circulate कर रहा है, it is transferred from, and this lipoprotein lipase enzyme, this extracellular enzyme, ये capillary walls पे anchored रहता है, predominantly in the adipose tissue, cardiac and skeletal muscles, and after activation it is hydrolyzed into fatty acid and glycerol. ये जो fatty acid निकलता है, ये adipose tissue में stored होता है, और in the muscle it may be used for energy. What happens to the glycerol? Is it taken up by the liver? It is converted to dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now if you remember glycolysis, diacetone hydroxyphosphate is a part of the glycolytic pathway, and it gets converted to bisaldehyde 3-phosphate, and it is used in the glycolytic pathway. And this can be used for gluconeogenesis, or lipid synthesis. But after the action of the lipoprotein lipase, the chylomicrons lose more than 90% of the triglycerides. They decrease in size and they increase in intensity. ये जो C apolipoproteins था, they are given back to HDL. Now this remaining particle is called a chylomicron remnant, and it is rapidly removed from the circulation by the liver. And this liver has receptors which will recognize any particle which contains ApoE. So ये chylomicron remnants जो है उस receptor से bind करता है, and by the process of endocytosis is it taken up by the endocytes. उसके बाद जो endocytosed vesicle है, it then fuses with the lysosomes and the apolipoproteins, the cholesterol esters, और जो बाकी component है remnant का, they are degraded hydrolytically using enzymes, and it releases the amino acids from the apolipoproteins, the free cholesterol and fatty acids. And ये जो receptor था ApoE recognize करने वाला, this is recycled and sent back to the surface of the liver. So with this, we come to end of today's class. So next class, I will take you through all the other lipoproteins and we will proceed further. Thank you.